Hi there. My name is Robert Grover, and I'm here to share with you tonight my PowerPoint presentation on my final project, which is called Coping Techniques to Manage Life Challenges for Online Doctoral Students. Okay. And so, as higher education adapts to instruction and being taught at a distance, the work and learning load for online students adopting this ever-evolving delivery mode for education is placing a huge toll on the personal lives of those pursuing doctoral degrees. Current studies and reports seem to be lacking insight into the situation. Consequently, this inquiry will explore the specific and unique personal sources and coping mechanisms associated with this online learning experience. The purpose of this case study or qualitative case study is to explore the personal experiences of current online doctoral students who have families and are employed full time. This research will focus on the methods and techniques and will allow one to discover effective methods and techniques that other students have used to reduce stress in their personal and professional lives so that they can continue to complete their degree program. And the participants consisted of 4 students who were enrolled in an online doctoral program. This study made use of online interviews and emailed questionnaires. The reason that a qualitative case study methodology is being employed is because this type of research design will allow one to gain valuable insight into the lives of these students and to gain an in-depth knowledge on how they are able to reduce personal and professional stress so that this information can be applied in the personal lives of future doctoral students also attending online programs of studies. And during this research project, the following questions were used to guide this study. The first question was, what are the causes of personal and professional stress among online doctoral students? And what are the coping mechanisms online doctoral students use to minimize stress? The reason that a qualitative case study methodology was chosen, as previously mentioned before, is because this type of research design will allow one to gain insight into the lives of these students and to gain in-depth knowledge on how they were able to reduce those stresses so that this information can be applied in personal lives of other future doctoral students also attending programs of studies of similar nature. This research study utilized a case study approach to explain online doctoral students' perceptions and experiences with online education and reducing stress from their daily lives that would disrupt learning in this virtual learning environment. This report will detail the research standard, approach, and design used to achieve the purpose of the study. Finally, the intent of the study is to explore the methods and techniques that other online doctoral students have used to reduce stress in their personal and professional lives. Therefore, the researcher is not seeking to test a particular theory as in quantitative research, but rather gathering information that will identify and describe in-depth methods they employ to reduce such stresses. The participants consisted of 4 students who are enrolled in an online doctoral program. An initial invitation was sent out through their university's online student portal message section to request participants from a pool of online doctoral students. 4 random students were selected from a pool of volunteers who responded to the initial invitation. This study made use of 2 online interviews, emailed questionnaires via Google Forms, and various studies that helped to provide material for this research project. After the participants returned the consent form, an online interview through GoToMeeting was scheduled for a time convenient to the participant. This qualitative study explored the methods and techniques that online doctoral students use to reduce the stresses in their personal and professional lives. And the primary data sources for the study was 2 separate online interviews through GoToMeeting, emailed questionnaires via Google Forms, and previous research reports and studies that helped to provide the material for this project. After the participants returned the consent form, an online interview through GoToMeeting was scheduled based on their time zone schedule availability. These data sources help supply the required crucial data to successfully accomplish this study. In this research study, several factors are either related to the cause of personal and professional stress among online doctoral students or the coping mechanisms online doctoral students use to minimize stress were explored at length in determining answers to the presented interview questions. And the related factors contributing to the causes of professional stress among online students included length attending a university or college and what made them decide to pursue an online doctoral program, What were some of the challenges in their private and professional lives that were a result of going to school? What were some of the challenges they have faced attending an online program or school versus a traditional brick and mortar institution? And did they find it difficult to keep pace with assignments? The relating coping strategies that were discussed among the online doctoral students participants included the use of traditional and non-traditional methods employed to help keep them up with their studies, the type of support their personal and professional associates provided, how did they feel about their overall educational experience, and what, if any, advice would they share with other students in similar situations? Upon detailed analysis and review of the raw research data, four major shared themes among the participants emerged. Online learning is convenient. Poor interaction with instructors and students contributes to a student's stress. Utilizing time management helps to relieve stress. And having a good work-life balance contributes to making the online experience manageable. And so the first theme showed that all participants found online learning to be convenient for their lifestyles. Many enjoy the benefits and freedoms that online learning provides that traditional brick and mortar institutes cannot deliver. As one subject explained, they travel frequently, and being able to work while flying or visiting an office in another part of the world makes it possible for them to continue their busy lifestyle while on the go. Also, with much of the world still in COVID-19 isolation, being able to attend class virtually helps reduce the stress in the lives of online doctoral students. The second major theme that emerged from the study is that poor interaction and communication with instructors and classmates is a major source of stress among online students. One subject explained that when they are trying to complete an assignment or have a question, the ability to interact with a professor or fellow classmate may take a few days for a response. In one case, the student had a question that needed an answer for an assignment that was due in a few days. In that case, they never received feedback or an answer to the question submitted to the instructor, and ended up scoring lower than they anticipated versus whether if they would have got that information and helped them be able to prepare better for that exam. And the third theme in the realm of stress reduction and coping strategies, all subjects agree that their workloads in school were manageable due to the fact that using time management software or sticking to a set schedule helps to alleviate stress associated with a demanding business and personal schedule. As one subject mentioned in an interview, with work in traditional schools, each class or job assignment has a set schedule of hours to work. With online education, a student must be disciplined to manage their time effectively, and sticking to a set schedule helps to reduce the stress of a late assignment. The fourth theme that emerged from the study is that having a healthy work-life balance helps to cope with the demands of a busy family or work schedule. As one subject explained, I make sure that I go walking daily and take my dogs for a walk to get some exercise of some kind, to get some fresh air, and that helps to clear my mind. Having a balanced work-life schedule helps a person to prioritize the demands of one's career and the demands of one's personal lives, and to bring a balance to feel better about what they're doing at that particular time. And so the findings of this study helped to contribute valuable information in two ways. It helped to identify key factors contributing to the causes of personal and professional stress among online doctoral students, and coping strategies that were utilized by these subjects, which included traditional and non-traditional methods employed to help them to keep up with their studies. This study provided evidence on how online doctoral students manifested, expressed, and managed their stress in various ways, and contributed to the subjects' online learning experiences throughout their courses. For example, many subjects reported positive feelings from the freedom of time constraints that they had been granted with online studies, but reported frustration with the lack of personal and direct contact with their instructors over the positive perception they held before joining the online program. So the positive online environment that was correlated with these social relationships had a positive impact on some learners' efforts because it helped them to deal with their negative emotions from studying online. However, these negative emotions were not only associated with the environment of online, but were also associated to the stresses and obligations of the specific online doctoral program. And this research study also offers insight into the lives of adult learners in online doctoral studies. Considering the emotional personal time used to participate in online educations, universities should discuss and be open to new methods to help future online students to make a successful transition into this ever-evolving field. Also, educators could use the experiences of these research participants to enhance the communications between students and teachers. and to continually improve the content and delivery of online learning. In conclusion, this qualitative case study was established to explore the personal experiences of current online doctoral students who have families or are employed full-time. This research explored the methods and techniques that allowed one to discover more effective methods and coping techniques that past students have used to reduce the stress in their personal and professional lives so that they could continue to complete their degree program. The interviews, emailed questionnaires via Google Forms, and various studies helped to provide valuable material that contribute overall to the study. At the conclusion of the study, the major themes that emerge help to identify shared and successful methods other students have used in the past to help those in the future. And with that, this is the end of the presentation, and thank you very much for listening, and have a good evening.